All right, what it do, y'all? This your boy Pat coming at y'all once again. Now, if you can see, like the way this video is being set up right here, and the way you looking at me, kind of right now, just like like if you ever watched my channel in the past, when it's looking like this, your boy's about to get real. So, as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm sitting right here, about to talk about the one subject that I'm usually not talking about on my channel hardly. Well, like I say, but if you see my last, couple of videos and stuff like that, especially with the whole Jack and Glenn thing, where she basically bashed thoughts and prayers, and then Keemstar, being the drama queen that he is, like bashing religion and all that right there. And I've been seeing like a ton of this, especially online, a lot of these, popular YouTube atheists and all that right there, like taking their, taking their shots at, Christianity and all that right there, just for the, sole purpose of just, taking shots at it. So it's like, seeing that right there, and usually, I'm the type of person that, they'll see things like that and just like blow it off because, the majority of the time that when it comes down to it, I'm just saying, that's just YouTube atheists being YouTube atheists. But it's like lately, as I'm saying, it's been coming in droves now as of lately and stuff like that. It seems like now it's like people, I'm saying, I think what it is, like people are so angry at Islam and stuff like that, but seeing as they're forbidding the, to talk about Islam in such a way and all that right there for fear of, losing their channels or losing their, losing their social medias or basically, losing their life. Because we know how that's been, especially like, with radical Islam and all that right there, that they feel like, hell, they need to take that anger and frustration out on something. And so that so happens to be, the whipping boy that is known as Christianity. So we've been seeing a whole lot of that going around, especially online and stuff like that. And it just really no, it doesn't. Well, yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. It frustrates me. That's what it does. It frustrates me. It doesn't anger me. It frustrates me because they sit up here and they put everybody into this one, to this one giant cluster and all that right there. And, I've done that in the past and stuff like that. And people have pointed that out to me, and I'm glad they do because, sometimes, especially online, I don't do my, I don't word my things right, stuff like that in context matters, but I digress. But getting back to what I'm saying right here now, I'm about to just basically, basically talk about, the reason why I believe in God and the reason why I am the way that I am. Now, I know when you look at my channel and the way that I, the way that I present myself and all that right there, you got to be like, man, this guy's Christian, like this guy's believing God. I'll admit, I'm not your stereotypical Christian and all that right there. And I may not be, doing, I'm saying, the Christian things, how, most people are portrayed and all that right there. I'll admit that, but it still doesn't change my faith and my belief in God and all that right there. And that's what a lot of people really need to understand, I may not be the only one, constantly quoting the Bible and constantly saying, God bless you. And, I'm going to pray for you and all that right there. I may not be, all right there. And I'm definitely not the one talking about, oh, you filthy sinner, you need to repent your sins or you're going to burn in hell. I'm definitely not one of those right there. But it's like, the reason why I believe in God and all this right here, and this is another reason, this is a topic I may have pointed it out a few times, like when I was like either in live streams or, or basically things like that, well, some people who I've talked to on live stream, they know this parts about me, but, y'all don't, my community right here. And forgive the background right here, like I said, I got folks here, so you may hear them from time to time. But what it basically comes down to is basically like this, the reason why I am the way I am, because, I grew up Christian, I grew up a Southern Baptist. So, like being that right there was like, we was constantly, fed, like God is grace, God is good, like going to Sunday, going to church every Sunday and all that right there, and they telling us like, you got to believe in God, you got to trust in God, you got to put your faith in him and all that right there, And so when you get, like I'm saying, your mom, your aunts, your uncles, your grandma and all that right there, constantly giving that to you and things like that. You're a little kid and growing up right there, you feel like it's being like force fed to you and you're just like, well, we got it right there, it's like you understand and you kind of get it, but you know, you just get fed up with it. But like, you know, like why we gotta live that way? Why everybody else is doing this and doing that, and they look all right. So that's what it basically was. It's like, you know, it's like you kind of understood, but you just, you know, like you didn't get it. But what basically came down to is like, you know, like I'm just gonna, you know, break it down to you like you know, like 15 years ago, man, like I almost committed suicide. Like a lot of people don't know this, or you know, I may have like glanced over this, you know, a few times, but it's like, yeah, like I just got out of the military and things like that. I was getting adjusted to civilian life, and things just started hitting me like all at once and stuff like that. Especially like, you know, I had a 2-year-old daughter at the time and things like that, and you know, like, you know, so child support started hitting me and all that right there. And you know, like I said, I had to do this, I had to do that. You know, like I said, I'm trying to hold down a job and all that right there, and I have to like, you know, like get my own this. Adulthood hit me. It really hit me right there. Cause as soon as I got out, graduated from school, I went right into the Army and all that right there. You know, spent 8 years up in there. So it's like, so basically, like I said, you know, life just really started hitting me all at once and things like that. And like I told you, you know, I had a 2-year-old daughter with with a girl at the time. And, you know, like I'm saying, you know, that relationship didn't work out. So it's like, you know, also, you know, I had like, you know, a girl I was messing with who I thought was my girlfriend and things like that. But, you know, basically it turned out, you know, like I'm saying, she was like, you know, she was like having sex with me. Plus, you know, she was messing with other guy at the same time. And I found that out the hard way. So, like I said, you know, like, so when that happened right there, and you got all this stuff like that hitting you like, all at once in life, you know, like I'm saying, you know, like, can't hold down a job, child support is hitting you for this and that and all that right there, man. Like I say, you know, girlfriend doing you wrong. It's like, you know, life just felt like crap. It did. I mean, it just felt like crap. It's like, it just felt like nothing good was just going good in my life and all that right there. And I'm saying, you know, and then at the time of my, you know, at my ultimate low and all that right there, you know, I'm drinking and all this right here, just like wondering what I'm gonna do. And nah, son, I just keep hearing that voice telling you just end it. You know, like, end it all, man. Sure, you'll be better on. Everybody be better on without you not hearing all that right there. You know, and I got all these crazy things going over my head and all that right there. And I'm just like, you know, trying to fight them off. So it's like, you know, like I told you now, especially like, you know, like with my, you know, the girl who I was supposed to be with and all that right there. So the thing was, you know, she stayed with my niece at the time and all that right there. So I went over to my niece's house to try to see if we can like work things out and all that right there. So as soon as I go over there, you know, turns out, well, basically her and the guy are like, you know, over there and they're in the bed together. So after seeing her right there, I mean, that was it. That was the start that broke the camel's back. I mean, I'm in the bathroom, I'm like crying and all this stuff right there. And like I told you, I hear that voice that's just basically saying, you know, just end it all. Just end it all. So I'm going through my niece's medicine cabinet and stuff like that, just basically finding anything and everything I can and stuff like that. It doesn't matter if it was a pill. If it was a pill, I just. Oh my God, it's like, you know, shit. I took all her antidepressants, all her aspirin. It's like whatever it was, you know. Like I said, it could have been cyanide for all I gave a dang, man. I was just like, you know what, fuck it, man. I had like a big massive handful of pills just right there, and I just, you know, I'm just sitting right there looking at them, and all of a sudden I just like, go. I gulped them all down. I chased them down with beer and stuff like that, and I just sat back on that like I said, I just went in the living room. I just sat back and just waited for them to do their job. You know, all that right there. Next thing I know, I'm just like, it's like I could hear people, but it's like I couldn't say anything. You know, it's like I could hear my niece just. I can just hear my niece just, you know, like, you know, calling my name and stuff like that, and everybody's saying stuff, and you know, and I'm just hearing all this, but I'm in this dark void, man. And you know, it's like I'm saying, it's like I'm calling out, but you know, can't nobody hear me and all that right there. But then it's like I'm saying, that's when I see it, man. I see the fire. I hear the laughter and all that right there, you know. And I'm just thinking like, like what's going on, like, I'm like, I'm just looking around. I'm trying to find ways, to get up out of this mess right here. I'm trying to wake up, and I'm doing everything I can, because everything just feels like a bad dream. But like I said, it's like I see the fire, but I can't feel it, but I hear the laughter, and I'm just like thinking like, oh my God, is this, I'm saying, did I just do it? Like I'm saying, like all this time, is this actually for real? Like, like I, like, did I die and go to hell? And I'm just sitting right here just thinking, and I'm like, oh my God, man, what have I done? I'm like, oh my God, what if? Well, like I said, like, I'm just sitting right there too, man. It's like, I'm just like, oh my God, God, please help me, please help me, please help me, please help me. And like I told you, they say, yeah, if you ask and ye shall receive. Because next thing I know, like I told you, man, it's like I see, I see this glowing light and all that right there. Next thing I know, it's like I'm coming to, I'm standing up, I'm in a hospital, like I'm saying, and these people are trying to hold me down and things like that, and I'm sitting right here just choking, gagging, because now I've come to the realization that, I'm in the hospital, I got tubes down my throat and stuff like that, and these people are all over me, trying to save my life and all that right there. Just basically telling me like, lie down, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. And I'm just, I don't know what's going on and all that right there. Plus I'm gagging from this big giant tube being, up my nose and down my throat and stuff like that. And so, so it's like, yeah. So basically, they ended up saving my life. Or better yet, God ended up saving my life. He ended up giving me another chance. And so it's like that, and I'm looking out there, I'm seeing like my mom, I'm seeing like, like my baby's mom and stuff like that with our 2-year-old daughter and all that right there. And all my family and people who I used to work with and all that right there. Everybody's coming like, boy, what is wrong with you? Like, what did you think was gonna, you was gonna accomplish with this right here? And I'm just like, I can understand, everybody's angry, man, because here they are, like I said, like, looking at me right here in this predicament, because I'm the dumbass right here who tried to kill himself because over some stupid stuff. And basically, from what it basically sounds like, the way they was explaining right there, especially like my niece, like I basically did die. It's like, honestly, right now, your boy Pat should not be here right now talking to y'all. 15 years ago, yeah. And by the grace of God, I'm standing before y'all right now, because the way of everything I did, like I said, if I can take y'all back to that night right now, and you can see that handful of pills that I swallowed down, chased by with that beer and things like that, man. Yeah, you sitting right here like, yeah, how the hell did you live through that? And I know to a lot of people out there, especially like I said, the hardcore atheists be like, oh, you just looked up, that was just a dream, See what you want right there. But in my heart, man, that was God giving me another chance. Yeah, the old Patrick, he died. And this person that you see right here, like I told you, you may not, I'm saying, I may not be your stereotypical Christian and all that right there. But yeah, that is the reason why I believe in God. That is the reason why I hold on to my faith. And it's personal for me. Yeah, it's like, I see a lot of atheists out there, saying the things and doing the things and all this stuff right there and everything. Hey, I even talked to a few of them. Like I said, we may not agree on a lot of things, but it's like, we just hold that respect, all that art right there. They got their beliefs and stuff like that. I got mine. It's personal. We're not trying to bash each other over the head with it. They're not trying to bash me over the head with their atheist stuff. I'm not trying to bash them over the head with my religious stuff. Because the way I see it right here is like, in the end, we're all going to be judged individually. Like, like people are going to have to see God the way that I saw God. Like I said, I can't speak for nobody else but me. I can't speak for my own family, my own children. And that's another thing that I give up to God right now, man. He gave me this chance, and I have done so much in my life, man. All this that I didn't think was going to be possible, and all this right here. Here I am right now, you know. I done made so many friends out here in the world, online. I have 3 beautiful children, man. 17, 14, and 13. And just think, man, the 14 and the 13-year-old wouldn't even existed had I succeed that night. I'm like, look at these kids, man. And you know this is real right here, because it's like I never show my family on here, man. But like I told you, man, like this is just me shooting straight up to y'all. So yeah, it gets frustrating. It gets a little bit frustrating to me when I see people like Jacqueline Glenn, Keemstar, and all these, you know, YouTube atheists doing what they do and stuff like that, just for the sole purpose of it. And like I said in my last video, at least I can give it up to people like Logic and ESET, because, you know, it's like at least when they talk, you know, about, you know, all right there, you know, they usually have like, you know, extreme examples and stuff like that. These people right here, they just crap on Christianity just for the sole purpose of crapping on it, just to look cool and look edgy, and then they wait for hate comments to come in just so they can be like, oh, look at all the snowflakes I just triggered. So that's what it basically comes down to right there, you know. But in the end, it's like, you know, like I'm saying, you know, this is my belief. This is the reason why I believe in God. And this is the reason why I'm always going to continue to believe in God right here. Because this is personal for me. I had a personal experience, you know. This is my personal confession. And I don't care what anybody has to say about this, man. Like I told you, this is just me being straight up with y'all. Now y'all know. Hold on now. All right, in a moment.
I just need my bag out of there. I think I put it in. I left my bag in my Dallas Cowboys.
Sorry about that, but that was my brother right there. Now, like I said, I was gonna, you know, like straight up just let the video go on, but he started talking about a lot of personal stuff that I don't want to get out right there. So, you know, I'm gonna have to scratch that part out, right? But anyway, like I said, you know, I'm gonna just end this video right here, but just saying, like, you know, thanks for listening to me and all that right there. Hope I didn't bore y'all with this whole entire, you know, long, you know, gigantic rant, but it's like now you know a little bit more about me and all that right there. And, you know, I'm not ashamed of it. But that's why I said that's what it just basically comes down to. You know, like I love God. I believe in God. I'm going to hold on to my faith and things like that. And I don't care what anybody says right there. Now, but I can understand, you know, and like usually I don't, you know, get really upset when it comes to like the mocking and all that right there. You know, I usually, tend to ignore it. But a lot of times it's like sometimes you just got to like be like, man, you know what, this is just, you know, y'all just don't understand. But anyway, once again, I'm finna end this right here saying, you know, this your boy Pat is always saying, peace, and I'm out.